Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. I mean, the other thing I could do at the moment is I can run that down to the other thermo entropy nullifier machine that we got down there, and we could go and make use of that, but I don't need to do that. That's not something that I need to concern myself with. I need power. Power is my main issue here, and I'm not sure how I go about pulling it. It's a gas pipe thermo sensor, so that's when the gas is at a set temperature. Sends a green signal when the selected gas is detected within the pipe. Well, that's only going to happen, I think that's just like any gas going through, not just when it's full. And if we go into the automation in here, I got an atmos sensor when gas pressure enters the chosen... Ooh. Right, no, that's just gas pressure in general, so I don't want that one. I don't know, maybe I just need a NOT gate on this. And I could try this. Like, if I was to put a NOT gate down here, I plonk that one in there like that, and then go and take an automation wire. I've got an automation on here. Sends a green signal when reservoir is less than low threshold. Yeah, that's what we want. That's what I want. I want to put that one on there, like that. So that's the output port on there, and that goes straight down there to an input port on that one. And then the output port on there will end up going to ventilation over here, and I've got a gas shut-off on here. So I'm going to stick a gas shut-off valve. That's going to go... right there, building intake. It's going to go that way up. That one's going to go there like that. And then I'm going to put automation. I'm going to automation wire right there. And that's going to come out. And it's going to join in onto that one. And then I'm going to go with ventilation here. I'm going to go with gas pipe. And that's going to go over and join in on there. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to... remove that one and that one off of there. Right. Let's just get these set up first. Also going to want a bit of ventilation, gas pipe. And it's just going to join in those two together like that. Nothing particularly wild on that. I just want to get them joined in together. Right, that's everything joined. Oh, except you need power. You need power line. Okay, I didn't even think about that. Wire right in here. You are potential power 600 watts. It's yeah, I haven't got a lot going on that one, have I? So I can just have you there. Join that wire in on there like that. You could quickly come in and just join that one on as well. That would be fantastic for me. And then I can see about whether I've got the correct gates on here. I've got gas going in through, and there's the wire. Right. So this one here, I've got a NOT gate. I've got that one up there. I've got low threshold. Sends a green signal when reservoir is less than 0% full until it is 100% full. That's on the high threshold. When it's at 95%. Sends a red signal when the reservoir is 100% full until it is less than 95. Sends a green when it's less than 95 until it reaches 100%. That's basically a buffer zone on there. So we'll make use of the buffer. I'll put that on 75. There, like that. The NOT gate right here outputs a green signal if the input is receiving a red signal. So then I go over to here and have a look at this one. Right. This is sending a green signal when the reservoir is less than 75 until it is 100%. So when that drops below 75%, it'll then output a green signal. This one in here, if it outputs a green signal if it's receiving. If it's outputs a red signal when it's receiving a green. And then this one in here connects automatically. It's on, open, and close. So when this drops below 75%, this one will shut off, basically. That's what I wanted it to do. So then I've got hydrogen going into there, and that's burning off the excess hydrogen. The hydrogen in here is slowly coming out this way. So if I use excess hydrogen elsewhere, then that'll just sort of be burned up. But I've got 2 hydrogen generators in here that are burning up a little bit of this hydrogen. And then I've got the excess that's going all the way up here to the thermonullifier. So that's coming in through here. It's 100 degrees in there. It cools very quickly before it gets down here. It's 49 degrees down there. Water plumbing overlay right in here. Now, if we could have a continual power supply that was strong enough to keep everything running in here, that'd be brilliant. Because at the moment, the biggest problem I got is that everything keeps stopping. I just don't have the power coming into my base to keep everything going. I've got 3 solar panels up and running now. I've got... Well, they can climb over this, and we're delivering glass. So I've got another solar panel coming in here. You, right there. Deconstruction errand on there. That one is set for deconstruction. I've got most of the other stuff has now already been dealt with. I've got new printables available in here. Let's have a look. Oxyfern. I don't know what an oxyfern does, to be honest. Air consumption increase. Let's take an oxyfern. Don't know what an oxyfern does. Oxyfern seed. He's delivered it into that storage bin. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what an oxyfern does. They're scolding in here. This is a problem. Right. I have to solve the power problem. The power problem is the biggest issue that we've got. I've got cooling. I've got water. I've got that kind of been dealt with now. And I'm running out of granite. I got 160 tons left. This is not a sustainable thing at all. So we're going to have to do something about that, which means I've got to remove a whole load of these stone hatches. We've got to change this around. And do something entirely different on there. I'm down to 363,000 calories. I've got mushrooms. We could possibly look at getting more barbecue through more shove bowls. I mean, I'm going to be killing a whole load of these stone hatches off soon. So, yeah, that's going to help matters. Agriculture in here. Fertilizer, 700 kilos. And then I got 300 tons of phosphate. So we've got plenty of that. 10 kilos of dirt and 167 tons of clay. I got metal ores and refined metals. We got no problems with that. And I got masses of sand, loads of regolith. Okay. The power situation. Now, we can come all the way down here and possibly use more steam from here, but I have been told that steam is not a particularly reliable source of power. We've got an oil reservoir in here. This is 100 degrees. I can't pull power off of that. That doesn't, like, that's not long-term sustainable, reliable. It's too low a temperature. I've got temperature in here. The turbine is too hot for this one to even run. This is another problem, is, like, trying to keep on top of the different things that we do have and we don't have. I'll enable that building a minute. That will just start something happening up there. I do have this one. Again, the turbine is too hot. I've got the steam in here, but I don't have the water that has gone in here. It's all turned into steam, and that's gotten too hot. It gets too hot because the radiant pipe behind it is no good. I don't have the power to come through, so it's kind of like it doesn't work very well. That steam vent with the cooling that we've got from the main base, this works beautifully. This works really, really well. Right? That is about the only successful one that we got at the moment. This one's kind of successful, I suppose, or it's got the potential to be. Chlorine gas vents. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with chlorine gas vents. They just seem to be pretty pointless. I got another... Right, that's flooded. So do they not work underwater? I was wanting to drop water on top of that one, because I figured that might be a good way of making use of it, but apparently if it's... Yeah, it might not like it. That may... Yeah, so we'll come back to that. I forgot that we had another one over here. Building flooded. Right. So how low have I got to have that in order for it not to be building flooded? We'll come back to you. So steam vents down here, like, at the moment I don't seem to have any, but if you go lower down, you get magma, and then you've got, like, really high temperature, and you can pour water into there, and you can get steam, and maybe that's, like, a constant thing. Like, you've got all of that temperature in there, which you should then be able to go and make use of. Like, there should be ways that you can make use of all of that temperature. It should... Like, well, not through the thermo-actuator. A thermoregulator cools the gas pipe through it, outputs heat. See, I don't want to do that. I want power supplies. Now, I got steam turbine, hydrogen. Petroleum generator converts either petroleum or ethanol into electrical power. Produces carbon dioxide and polluted water. So maybe that's what I should be looking at doing. I've got an oil reservoir. I've got crude oil. I've got lots of crude oil here in places, but I've got an oil reservoir. I don't know how much it uses, how quickly it uses that up. I don't know what fossils do. But this could be a very strong possibility for future use. Maybe this is something that we should be looking at for our power supply rather than what we're doing up here. I mean, I've got solar panels going up now, and it seems to be working quite well. The other one that I want to look at was manufactured material in here. Glass. I've still got 1,140 tons of that. Kilos, sorry. Not tons. A solar panel requires 200 glass. So I've got enough to make a few more solar panels over here if I can get this bit up here cleared away first. Now, the insulated tile is working fine. That's working. It's actually working really well. So I need them to come up here and do this, which means I need oxygen. Yeah, I mean, at the moment, things seem to be working all right. One thing that we can do in order to test this out is, like, how much water I can put around this one. I can just put a block in here. I'll put one block in there for a minute. And then we can get some of this water here. It's easy enough to get this water. I've got a whole load of, yeah, there's lots of water in there. This seems to be looping around all right. I just need to clear some of this away. But take a bit of digging. We can dig 2 out to the side of the ladder. And dig that bit off as well. And then I can go over here with the base. I'll just put that with a regular number 5. Put you in there. It's going to go all the way down to there. And I'm going to dig that up to there. I'm not going to go any higher than that. Actually, yes I am. I'm going to go all the way up to there. And I'm going to dig this out from here. I'm going to not dig all of this one out. I'm going to dig it like that. There. So then that's going to sort of have it flow down. And I'm going to dig that out from there. So then I get a load of water. It'll come back down in here and fill this up. Curious what's going to happen if I let the water go in here and how deep I can get the water in here. So 1 deep on here, if that's going to be too much. We'll do this step by step in here and just kind of see how that bit works out. power is such a major problem. And yeah, see how limited I am on these suits. Ventilation overlay. Right, oxygen. Why are we I got no oxygen coming in at all. It is mostly because of the lack of power. I mean, I've got some of this stuff coming in, and this is looping around, so I'm not pulling a lot. I've got oxygen in here, and that's pulling up through, and then that's going up this way. It's coming into here, and then it's spreading out and going into all of these different suits. And yeah, quite frankly, it's not much wonder that it is taking so long to get through the whole of the base. Especially as I keep getting power failures on this. Right, no power coming in. This is at least working in here, and so I've got a mass of hydrogen coming in there, waiting to be burnt. Backed up on these pipes up here. If I should get another hydrogen generator in here, to be honest. Would that speed it up a bit? That might make a difference. If I was to get another hydrogen generator in there, that could improve things. This doesn't consume hydrogen as quickly as I thought it would. I mean, what does it say? Does it say in here how quickly it uses it? It just say no, it doesn't say there. Absorbs and neutralizes heat energy when provided with piped hydrogen. So that's all it says, just absorbs heat energy. It doesn't say anything else, just absorbs. That's alright. Okay, you guys, you've got some digging errands to do over there, and... Okay, I've also got some digging errands to do over here. Yes, we finally caught him. I've been waiting to catch that character for quite some time. Now I need someone to bring him in, dump him in here. I'm not worrying about feeding these in here. I'm just going to let them sort of build up and starve. They lay an egg and then they starve. And that's all they do, right? All the way through, that's all they do, is they just lay eggs and then starve. I do want to go to shipping in here. Robo-miner, flip you upside down. You're going to be an iron robo-miner. You're going to go into there. I need to prioritize this a little bit. Let's go and get some priority. 9 on there. 1, 2, 3, like that. If I prioritize those in there, it's going to get me a little bit more. Not going to worry about prioritizing the other bits. I just need them to come up and do me some digging. Clear some of these bits off. I know that I've got stuff being piled up on top of there. I'm not really concerned about that. So the solar panels pushing out the wattage on here, that they do produce a reasonable amount of power. So if I can get some more of these set up, like a longer line of them, right, ultimately that is going to be really good. They are at 45 degrees. Actually, this one's cooler. This is cooler up here. Seems to be losing temperature, which is even better. That's even more fantastic. A lot of scalding going on. There's going to be stuff going on in the base. They're going to be having some problems in there. I've got these robo-miners in here. I've got a bit of heavy watt wire that needs to be built right there. Be somebody on their way up to do it. I've got limited suits on here, which is why that's having a problem. And ventilation. I've still got a massive amount of hydrogen queuing up to get in to come out through here. So I'm going to build another hydrogen generator. And then the next thing is we're going to start looking at using petroleum generators. I think that might be another way that we're going to be able to just make sure that things are working properly. So you're not going to fit, are you? I've got that right there is in the way. What's in here? Manufactured material, glass. I got 20 tons of plastic in there. Well, that's not a bad thing, having 20 tons of plastic in there, but I need to move it. I'm going to put the 20 tons of plastic up over there. So I will go here, storage bin. Yes, you can be a priority 9 build, because I want to dump you there, like that. If you could go and build that. Someone, yeah, in you come. Build that one. And then I want to go into here, and I want to go to manufactured material, and I want that to be plastic. Glass. Actually, no, I just want that to be plastic. That's all that's going to be. This one here now, I can deconstruct that one. If you come along and remove that, and then I got a whole load of items just here that can go and be used elsewhere, which means I can then go to power, and I can get a third hydrogen generator, and I can drop that one down into there. And what am I building that with? It's gold amalgam. I'll build that out of wolframite. Got some wolframite kicking around somewhere, apparently. Let's dump that one into there. We'll take the heavy watt conductive wire just there, and that is going to be built using copper. It's going to go across under here and just connect into that one, and then I'm going to go into the ventilation, gas pipe, and that is going to go... It's going to go under there, and I'm going to bring that along like that, just in case it potentially is going to be causing a problem somewhere else. I'm hoping that it won't be, but it might be. So we'll just drop that in through there, and then I'll go and build all of that, and then I've got a third generator, which is going to keep the pipes cleared further up. 3 generators pounding away right there. That is brilliant, which means that this is being used up as well, which is pushing that on through. Using up the hydrogen is fine. I'd rather use up the hydrogen and keep the power coming in. I would far rather have it doing that. So that's working down there, and it seems to be working well. Oxygen is a major issue for us. That is definitely a major issue. I've got 4 of these up here, which is brilliant and fantastic. A robo-miner, I've got a series of robo-miners up here now. You're at 71 degrees there. You're already a bit warm, and that's because of the extra bits that are coming out this side. So kind of think that for now, to like protect that one, if I take a bit of base, and I go with a bit of maybe insulated tile. Yes, I'll have insulated tile and build it out of mafic rock, and I will just go like that. Cancel those 2. I'll just build that bit up like that, and then it'll come down on top. And then this one, all it needs to worry about is just mining that bit and keeping him free, and I'm not going to get bombarded from the side. I'm hoping that will help matters a little bit. We'll also dig that out. Just in there. I won't dig out anymore. So these 2 under here, they don't go up to full power. That's because I've got all of these in here, but I think that's kind of like a way that we can run this and keep it going indefinitely. I'd like to be able to have it running long term. As long as it can continue to run long term, that would be absolutely fantastic. Now, what about you in here? That's 83 degrees that water is in behind there, so it's not cooling as much as I'd like it to. Temperature. So look, that's 80. So the anti-entropy thermonull, I mean, it's still working. It does seem to still be pumping out temperature. It's just not cooling stuff quite as much as I would like. But, I mean, I've got these bits over here where I'm hoping that they'll also be able to come up, like, someone will be able to come up and do some digging. The big problem with that is I have such a lack of suits. I have such a lack of oxygen anywhere. There's no oxygen going into my suits. This is what's causing me my biggest problem. I just don't have the oxygen. I've got a little bit of cooling coming in here, so I've got a bit more steam, which is then making that one work. I mean, that's good. This one up here is not doing anything. Not enough steam, temperature below... Yeah. Right. And then I've got you. You're dormant still. You're only in 5 cycles away, and then that one's going to be running. And I've probably... No, I haven't filled that up with water. There's got a little bit of water that's going in there. And steam temperature below 125, but at least I have cooled the water out in this area, which is good. Temperature plates up there is 107 degrees, so we keep the water running there. We've got mushrooms here. That's growing. That's doing everything that I would hope that it would. Water coming in here. That one down there, I'm just going to cancel that. I'm going to forget all about that build. I'm not going to worry about it. I've got a dense puffed in there. I'm going to ignore him as well. So it's the oil. How do I get to the oil and actually make use of the oil? There's another thing in here, which I kind of want to get to. I've got a whole load of coal in here. Unreachable dig. Why are you unreachable? I've got no suits at all. No oxygen at all. That's why. So we kind of need to wait for the oxygen to build up a little bit in the base. I've got this. Have got some in here, which is going to help us. We can make use of that. I've got the hydrogen is coming in, the ventilation overlay. If you look in here, we have got that hydrogen pushing in through. It's not wonderful, but I've got some... I've got enough pushing in through there. The oxygen in over this side. This is slow, but again, it's coming in through. So you're coming into there, and I've got like several lines of it going into just one, and that does slow things down a bit. I need to extract more oxygen. To get more oxygen going into these pipes, don't I? I want another kind of filtration system. I've got... Well, that's not a filter. That's going up there, and then that's running up that way. That's going into a joint run on there, and this is coming in here. So that's sending oxygen in, and then sending other stuff out right here. That's sending a mixture of stuff in there, and sending it out that way. So I want to get a bit more oxygen to go into this system somewhere along this pipe right here. So it doesn't really matter where I pump the stuff in. I've got to find oxygen somewhere. And I got oxygen down here. Algae terrariums. I don't want algae terrariums doing anything at all. We don't want to be using those. This is the main issue, isn't it? Is that the nighttime. It's the night shift. As soon as we switch over to night shift, everything sort of... I mean, daytime now is getting a lot better because of these solar panels that we've got. We've delivered the mafic rock up there. That has been done. So I need to... Oxygen sort of seems to be the main priority. Building broken. Oh, yeah, you don't matter at all. That up there doesn't matter at all. We'll leave that. The wheezeworts and stuff in here, this is not quite going according to plan. I've got the radiant gas pipe in here, so the hydrogen is reaching the 100 degrees, reaching the temperature of everything around it. But then, this isn't cooling quite as much as I want it to. Right, well, everything out here isn't cooling quite as much as I want it to. I do want more water in here. I'm kind of hoping that that can help cool things down more. If I can get some of this down in there. I mean, the temperature of this water is rather high. Oh, no, it's 1.6 degrees. That's 60 degrees up there. This is cooler down here. I kind of just need this to be dug out and moved. Well, unfortunately, that's all we've got time for a little while. We need to let the replicants rest. So if you've enjoyed this episode, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And I am just going to drag out this farewell just a tiny little bit, just so that there is enough space and time on the screen to put up a couple lots of you absolutely wonderful supporters of the channel. You should be seeing some of your names coming up now. So until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.